Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel, Chasing 70 Degrees. My name is Travis and it has certainly been a minute. I think the last video I posted was about 7 months ago of me taking a helicopter tour around Emerald Bay and Lake Tahoe. And I am now back in South Lake Tahoe, gearing up for 9 months on the road with my Jayco travel trailer and my Ford F-150 3.5 liter EcoBoost. And that is what this video is going to be all about. I decided to go ahead and install the K&N cold air intake system. And as you can see here, they say that it guarantees some additional horsepower and some torque. And while I'm not sure exactly how much you're going to get out of it, it certainly gives the engine a much nicer and more aggressive look. Very, very cool add-on right here. And I'm telling you right now, if I can get this installed, which I did, it took about 45 minutes, anybody can get this installed. And so again, we're going to go over this. The video format's going to be a little bit different, and here's how we're going to cover it. I'm going to talk about what I pulled out, which is you're going to get a chance to see the old air filter and intake system. And then we're going to go under the hood, and it's actually snowing outside. So this should be pretty interesting. So we're going to shoot this in the snow, and I'm going to show you exactly what I did to get everything installed. It was super simple, 45 minutes in and out. And again, I don't know if you're going to see any additional HP and torque out of it. I'm sure I'm going to get something out of it. I don't know if it'll be appreciable or not. But let's go ahead and let's dive in and take a look at what we pulled out of my 2018 Ford F-150 3.5 liter EcoBoost. All right, so here we are with the old air intake component. You can see we've basically got 3 clamps that need to be loosened up. And one of the differences between these clamps and the clamps that come with the K&N filter is that these are certainly made to work specifically with this Ford OEM part right here, right? Now, out of the 3 clamps, the most difficult one to get to is the one that's over here on the back side. You can see it right down there, and it sits well deep inside the engine compartment. You're definitely going to need a Phillips head screwdriver that's got some length on it, and that's what I used. You can also use a ratchet. I just preferred to use the Phillips head screwdriver. But again, it's basically loosen this clamp up, loosen this clamp up, loosen that clamp up, and you're going to go ahead and slide these out. One of the other things that you'll notice is right over here where they had the air temperature sensor. And so this was probably the toughest thing to get out because it's a very small part. It's got a little tab on it that you can flick with a screwdriver, and then you're going to go counterclockwise. It comes right out. And it has a little blue ring on it that you're going to remove. And I'll show you that as well and where that goes with the new setup. You can see we've got 4 teeth over here, and that's going to slide into the side of the compartment that holds the K&N filter. And then you've got 2 clamps that would be on this side. You've got 1 clamp right here that would hold it down and another here. And as you can see, this is kind of the old air filter here. Looking a little dirty, not much to it. But again, that is it. To get this out of the engine, you get those 3 clamps loosened up. You take out the air temperature sensor here that comes out of that component right there. You pull this up, and then you're going to drop in your new K&N filter. Now, the filter is going to come with a bunch of rubber, and I'm going to point out what I did. You can cut this. This is just extra that I have from the installation. So you can cut this down into like 4 equal parts, and I'll show you where that goes. I decided to do using a single piece of this and just kind of wrapping it and trying to shape it around. I'm not sure I'm happy with that, but that was what I decided to do. And there is metal inside of here. I was a little surprised. So this is actually covering up metal that you push down onto the metal bay that holds in the K&N air filter. All right, well, let's go ahead and let's dive under the hood in the snow here. Let me give you a look of what's going on right now in Lake Tahoe. So this is what it looks like right now. So let's get that hood up, let's get underneath, and let's get her done. All right, so here is the new K&N cold air intake and air filter system all installed. As I said, you're going to get 2 pieces of this rubber right here. And what you could do is you could run it along here and cut it, and then run another piece and cut it. I decided just to go ahead and try to shape it around. And you can take a look there and see what I was talking about, where maybe I should have cut it. I just decided, like I said, to go with this. And again, this is metal in here, and you do need to push down pretty hard on this as you're making your way around, as you're setting that down. The K&N air filter was super easy to install. Make sure that you have your screws up on top here so that you could get back to this if you needed to. So the K&N filter comes with 6 clamps total for this tube piece right here. You have 2 here, you've got 2 down here, and then you've got these 2 here. And so it also comes with sleeves where the Ford OEM part does not have these sleeves here. And the reason for that is that you're going to push the K&N filter about halfway in, and you can really see they did a great job with these sleeves. You can kind of see where you're supposed to stop and then put the other half of the sleeve over the Ford pipe that's already in with your engine. So really you've got the sleeve, these 2 clamps here, you got a sleeve and those 2 clamps there, and there's no question when you look at these clamps or you look at the sleeves what goes where. And then you got these 2 clamps here. Now there was a smaller piece of rubber that you cut into 2 9.5-inch sections, and that is right here, and that just goes on the bottom. They give you some super glue that you can put on there, and that actually worked pretty well. And then the final thing that we want to cover is the temperature sensor. So there is the temperature sensor, and they give you, that's the temperature sensor right there. And so they give you a grommet for that, or I should say, yeah, the little grommet, the rubber part they give you to put that in there. And then there's a little blue ring that's on that temperature sensor that you're gonna have to pluck off. And that was kind of the most difficult thing to do because it's super, super fragile. But once you pop it off of there, I just used a little switchblade knife, and you take it right off of there, and then that slides right in there. And that is it. I mean, that's how easy it was. Again, you don't have to mess with any of this stuff down here. That's all part of the Ford kit. And so there it is. That is the K&N filter fully installed. And like I said, 45 minutes in and out. And if I can get this done, anybody can get that done. All right, let's take it back in the garage. All right, well, thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate you stopping by my channel. I figured I would go ahead and give you the snow view here to wrap things up. But again, that's how easy it was to install that K&N cold air intake and filter system. 45 minutes, super, super simple. The instructions that come with it are actually really, really good as well. And I got the entire thing done with a single flathead screwdriver. You want to make sure that you've got some length on that screwdriver because you are going to be reaching down into that engine compartment to get that bottom clamp off the original Ford OEM part. All right, well, that's it. I appreciate you guys so much for stopping by. Next up, I'm going to be installing the JLT 3.0 oil catch can inside my Ford F-150. Have a great day, and if you're up in the Tahoe area, get out there and enjoy the snow. It's beautiful. Thanks a bunch, and as always, enjoy the chase.